Yes, tell me something about yourself.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Yaser Mujtaba Chowdhary. I am from Poonch district of Jammu and Kashmir. I did my graduation in electrical engineering from Punjab Engineering College, sir. Sir, I also developed keen interest in watching cricket matches and listening to Punjabi songs, sir.
Okay. So you did electrical engineering. So in
Yes, sir.
Jammu and Kashmir, UT of Jammu and Kashmir at this time. So what is the percentage of houses with electricity connection? You have just rough idea?
So can you please repeat the question? I'm not able to
UT
hear.
of Jammu and Kashmir, how much percentage of houses are electrified?
Sir, near about 80%, I believe they are electrified now.
Okay.
If we go by definition of the, yes, they are 100%, but near about, if we in rough estimate, 80% they are
Actually, yes.
electrified.
In household definition is different. Village electrification definition is different. So, what is the
Yes.
definition of village electrification? Because government of India, as per government of India, I think in 2019 itself, 100%
Yes, sir.
villages are electrified. So,
Yes, sir, it is 100% because
yes,
10% of the household have been considered at that in the survey. As per that definition, it is 100% electrified. If we see the number, then it is around 70-80% around.
yes. So, yeah, in fact,
Saubhagya scheme, sir.
yes,
The Saubhagya scheme.
percentage per capita consumption. Can you tell me rough idea about per capita consumption in Jammu and Kashmir?
With respect to electricity,
Yes.
yes, sir, it will be around 5 to 7 kilowatt hour per day. 5 to 7 kilowatt hour per capita.
In one day, one person.
5 to 7 per kilowatt hour units, sir. 5 to 7 units per person.
Okay. So
Yes,
you are from Poonch district. Can you tell me
yes.
something developmental aspects, socioeconomic parameter in terms of socioeconomic parameters of your district?
Yes, sir. But the literacy rate in Poonch district, it is around, sir, 65% literacy rate is there. And the sex ratio, if we consider, it is around 890 per thousand male population in Poonch district. And with respect to education literacy, it is I've just already said it is around 67%. And road connectivity under PMGS5 scheme, I've not remembered the exact figure, but it has improved a lot in past decades.
Okay. Yes, Ravi.
And there
continue. Yes. Okay. Ravi, you continue.
Hello, Mr. Yaser.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, can you name 4 or 5 mountain ranges starting from south to north, from Himachal Pradesh up to J&K?
Yes, sir. From Himachal Pradesh to Jammu and Kashmir, sir. In south to
Yeah.
north direction.
Yeah.
Sir, Baralachala Pass, Baralachala, Khardungla, and Khardungla. First one is Baralachala, then Khardungla, then sir Banihal Pass, the mountain range, and then the Pir Panjal range.
Okay, if I am asking about mountain ranges only in J&K, starting from south to north, so which will be them?
So in Jammu and Kashmir, it will be Banihal range. Banihal Pass is there, it's a mountain range. Then we can consider Pir Panjal. They are almost on the similar latitude, but there's some sort of difference between them. Then sir, Ladakh range will be there. Ladakh, as it not a part of Jammu and Kashmir, it's another UT, but Ladakh range we can consider. Then Karakoram range.
Okay, so Shivalik range, is it there or it is somewhat in means eastern side?
So Shivalik range is there on the eastern, in Jammu region. Jammu hills we consider it as a part of Shivalik range. Jammu region.
Okay, but you didn't name it because it was also in means some sort of J&K. Anyway, so next question is in Asian countries, can you order first 3 countries as per their per capita income?
In Asian countries.
Yeah. per capita income, not GDP. As per GDP, you can all we can guess easily, but per capita income, I'm asking. First three countries.
Any three or first three, the
First
highest?
three, which are top three countries.
So exactly, I'm not able to
Yeah,
recall, but
I am giving a hint here. They are smaller countries, not bigger one. So you can guess now.
Singapore, I believe, Singapore and Malaysia. I'm not exactly aware about this. Per capita, the highest in Asia.
Okay. Suppose I tell these countries are Singapore, Israel, and Qatar. So can you arrange them in that order? Top two or
Singapore, Israel, and which one is the third country you told?
Qatar.
Qatar.
Yeah.
So Israel, Qatar, and Singapore. I'm not.
Actually, that is Singapore, Qatar, and Israel. Anyway, uh, actually, in recent times, we are seeing policy of Indian government regarding governing businesses. They are telling means it is not a business of government to run businesses. So they are going for privatization and so on. So, but recently, there has been a news regarding they have given a third revival package to BSNL about something of some sort of 80,000 crores, something like that. So, how do you see this? Is it going means opposite to privatization or something else?
There are some areas where equity must be ensured, I believe, and with the principle of equity, the government is doing this since BSNL is involved in providing telecommunication facilities in remote corners of the country through BharatNet project. It is involved. This is one of the reasons government has given the revival package to BSNL. Which I can think of as of now.
But is it opposite to that philosophy? Means running businesses like that. So, can you tell something more about it?
So I don't think so. It is opposite to the philosophy because government is for the people and it must ensure benefits and facilities to the lower and poor section of the society. So in this way, I would say the government is going in the right direction. But in future, BSNL, we must be efficient enough so that it doesn't require any revival package.
Okay. Can you explain a few features or characteristics of structural reform?
Yes, sir. In past, we have seen various structural reforms. One of them in economic sense, which the GST is a structural reform in economy, and GST, goods and services tax, demonetization, which government did. It is one of the structural reform as it eradicated black money. It's one of them. It is one of them, and so another is I would say, these two I can think as of now.
But these are examples of structural reforms. I asked about features. What means? Okay. So you have given some examples. So now, can you means see some distinct features which are means coming out of these examples of structural reforms?
Yes, sir. The structural reforms are mainly aimed at improving, in economic sense, if would say the tax to GDP ratio, and in physical sense, the improved road connectivity, density, and the improved social and physical infrastructure to various sections of the society, and in and education sense, you can see a number of available primary community and super specialty health facilities available. In order to improve the health parameters, the government is taking various steps, sir. I believe these are one of the structural reforms, say,
Okay.
to improve the
Can
health.
you okay? Can you guess a few utilities of synthetic fibers in the defense sector?
Can you please repeat the question, sir?
I am asking about a few utilities of synthetic fibers in the defense sector.
Yes, sir. In defense sector, synthetic fiber can be used, for instance, in making up the tent in the border area, and for the make a construction of the tent, Another thing is, it is also used on the armored vehicles of the army or the armed forces in the armored vehicles. And third, sir, there is a technology emerging to capture the drones. There is a net being used. I would say there we could use a synthetic fiber.
But in communication sectors, have you heard about something about synthetic fibers utilities?
Exactly, I'm not aware about this.
Okay, okay. Have you heard about megatons to megawatt agreement between the USA and erstwhile Soviet Union, or for that matter, broken up Russia?
Pardon, sir, could you please repeat, as the
Yeah,
voice was not audible?
I'm asking about megatons to megawatt agreement. Have you heard
No,
about
sir.
this?
No, sir. I'm not
Okay, okay, okay. I'm giving some perspective here. After breaking up of Soviet Union, there were have means there were various pacts between the USA and Russia. So one of them was the megatons to megawatt agreement. So can you guess what for what purpose it was done?
Megaton to mega
Watt,
what?
megatons to megawatt.
No, sir. I not
Okay,
exactly guess.
okay, okay. The term megatons, from which area it is related? Megaton.
So megaton, it is related to weight, tons.
It means okay. Megawatt is obvious. It is related to megawatt is electricity, but
Energy, sir.
megatons it is related to nuclear power. Something sort of. I am giving some clue. So can you tell something? Nuclear
So
power
it
to
might be,
electricity.
sir, it might be related to the civil and nuclear deal, and with respect to the nuclear weapons, I would say it will relate to civil nuclear deal, civil nuclear energy generation, and the amount of enriching capacity, enriching facility the nuclear power plants could make up. That I would think as of now, sir.
Okay, actually, you have to read about this more. You can read
Yes,
later
sir,
on.
I would
So,
definitely look at it.
okay, okay.
Yes.
So, I'm coming back to Indian political arena. So, in recent times, political parties are telling about new pension scheme or old pension scheme, like something
Yes.
like that. So, what are the features of old pension or new pension? How this is distinct from each other, and what they're asking, what they are telling to public?
Yes, sir. First, I would explain old pension scheme. Sir, it is a defined benefit scheme. It is guaranteed but not funded, and it is only available to the government employees. Whereas old new pension scheme is a defined contributory scheme, and it is not guaranteed. It is funded but not guaranteed. It is available to all the citizens of the country. And so this is market linked, especially new pension scheme, and it will reduce the burden on the government exchequer. The past scheme was 50% of the last salary withdrawn, old pension scheme. This is not monthly contribution would be made by the employee for the new pension scheme, and at the end of his retirement, he will be paid as per his contribution.
Okay. Have you heard about electrochemical impedance spectroscopy?
Yes, sir, I have heard, but I'm not able to explain it right now. I'm not exactly aware right now, sir. I've
Okay,
heard this.
you just explained impedance. What is impedance?
Sorry, sir.
You just explained impedance terminology. Impedance.
So I'm not able to get the term.
Okay, spectroscopy. What about spectroscopy?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Anyway, I am going to the next question. Recently, there has been some steps towards internationalization of rupees.
Yes,
So,
sir.
how do you? What kinds of short-term and medium-term steps are required for this purpose?
Yes, sir. For internationalization of rupee, there has been various agreements going on, like currency swap agreement between India and Russia, India, Iran. Recently, rupee dirham currency exchange agreement has been signed by Indian Prime Minister. It is related. It will reduce the exchange rate risk with respect to the third currency, dollars, which India is using with respect to goods and services with to the third nation. And so This would help boost the trade, and this is the short-term measure, but it is mainly used with respect to the current account, and some sort of payments are made with respect to the capital account. But in the long run, if we want internationalization of the rupee for long term, both capital and the current account should be fully convertible. And that's this though there are several implications with respect to the full convertibility, but currently India is moving on with the short-term measures, whereas in future it can go with the long-term measures and
Okay,
improve
okay,
the.
okay. So last month, the USA government has declared that it has destroyed all of its chemical weapons. So, what are the policies regarding chemical weapons as far as Indian government is concerned?
So Indian government has not yet ratified the Weapons Convention.
So,
Sorry, sir.
are you
No, sir, sir,
are you
could you please repeat, sir? I'm not getting the.
I'm asking about chemical weapon policy. So recently, the USA has destroyed its means at least they are saying it. They are saying it that they have destroyed their chemical weapons. So can you explain the policies regarding chemical weapons of Indian government?
No, sir, I'm not exactly policies.
So are you telling means the Indian government has destroyed its chemical weapons or they are having some chemical weapons right now?
They must be having.
Okay, you have to read about this. Anyway, that's all from my side, sir. Please
Yes,
proceed.
yes, Anand, sir, you continue.
Yeah. So, Yasir, about the recent question about government's investment in BSNL, can you correlate it with internal security?
Yes, sir. With respect to the revival plan for BSNL, the 80,000 crore, I would say with respect to the border areas that there it is much needed in communication sector. BSNL, as it provides last mile connectivity and fiber facility to various distinct border villages. I would say this is much important as involving people in the internal security aspect is as equally important for the effective intelligence and security of the borders, as they act as eyes and ears of the security forces, border population. And with effective communication, I would say this would help and increase the security aspect. Though there are complications too with respect to as we see fake news, hate speech, and false messages being circulated on the social media. They are as a sort of internal security challenge, but I would say on the whole, they are a great step in the right direction.
Do you understand? Okay. Do you understand the term de-dollarization?
Yes, sir. The decreasing significance of dollar in international currency exchange between different countries. Now, China, with its expanding influence across the globe, there is a new regional Sino-centric order going on as China is investing huge in African and nearby countries, Africa in Asia, through Belt and Road Initiative. Use of yuan has increased to such an extent that the usage of dollar in currency exchange is decreasing comparable to.
Okay. So apart from China, how does BRICS plays a major part in this? Playing a major part in this?
In de-dollarization. Yes, sir. The emerging economies, BRICS, I would say Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They are the emerging economies. They are act as a voice of the global South, the developing nations. I would say is act as a important factor in de-dollarization through various currency swap agreements between the nations, as they have a binding ideology on some terms.
Okay. What do you understand by exclusive economic zone?
So they are the areas up to 200 nautical miles from the baseline, and they are being awarded to a nation like India, being awarded to up to 200 nautical mile area, 220 million kilometer square area being given by International Seabed Authority for polymetallic nodules extraction and other minerals available in the sea.
Okay. What are the measurements of soft power?
There are various measures. For instance, India in recent past provide economic aid to Turkey, Lanka, and culture diplomacy, Buddhist diplomacy, culture, cricket diplomacy with respect to cricket playing nations, and medical tourism. I would say there's various examples of soft diplomacy.
Understood. Can you tell me the utility of animal corridors?
Animal corridors.
Yes.
Exactly. Can I make an intelligent guess on this, sir, if you allow me?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Animal corridors, I would say, would be the connecting pathways between two national parks, and where there is seamless movement of the animal across various habitats, and this would not destroy their habitat due to human activity, anthropogenic activities in the region. Yes.
Okay. Can you
I'm
tell
not.
me something about cryptocurrency?
Yes, sir. It is anonymous. It is backed. It is not backed by any legal authority. It is secure cryptocurrency. It's a form of currency. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum is there.
Mm-hmm.
Encrypted. It is encrypted.
What do you know about Bitcoin?
Yes, sir. Its recent past, its value has declined to such an extent. There is a huge loss to people, and it was developed by, it's not sure, but Nukume Nakamaki, the founder of Bitcoin, and it is emerging as a security threat to our country. As we see, it is being used as a route for money laundering and terrorism.
Okay. Can you tell me something about the Narmada River dispute?
The river dispute. There's a dam being built there on the Narmada River, and there is a huge displacement of the people from that area, and they are protesting. It's in Sardar Sarovar Dam is being built on Narmada River, and it is being disputed by the displaced people, as they are not given, as their habitat is being thrown within that radius of the river, and they are protesting against this.
Okay. Ranjit sir?
Yes, Yaser, can you tell me the principle how AC is working?
Alternating current.
No. Air conditioner, how air conditioner is working? Principle.
So exactly principle, I'm not 100% aware, sir. Exactly.
Okay. No problem. Anyway, if we say, for example, this AC is of 1 ton or 1.5 ton, etc., what do you mean?
So it is able to, with 1.5 tons of ice, it is able to like cool that area. I've read, but I'm not able to recall it exactly. It's related to ice, sir. It is derived from ice cooling. 1.5 ton of ice will cool this much area.
What 1.5 ton of ice? What it will do with ice?
It will be able to cool that area.
Okay. You will go through. Okay, so for example, if we see Jammu and Kashmir, so in post-independence era, can you tell me some of the period when Jammu Kashmir was relatively peaceful, and in the era when it was in very bad condition in terms of security?
So 1960s, 70s era was largely peaceful, and after 1989, when the election was rigged and other events happened, and the terrorist activities during 1990s till 2010, and now it has been more peaceful. Not 2000, but 2015, I would say it has been a very disturbed part. Even our village was badly affected at that time. Yes, sir. I would say it was one of the.
Okay. Yes. See, the things we can directly not blame on the person, because this all happened with passage of time, or with so many activities, or so many stakeholders are involved. But anyway, in post-independence India, if I say 3% who contributed most to the peace establishment in Jammu and Kashmir, and 3 persons who are involved in most disharmonious atmosphere in history of Jammu Kashmir in post-independence India. So tell me 3 persons who were responsible for establishing peace and 3 persons who are responsible for that unrest.
Yes, sir. Dr. Karan Singh, the first governor of a state, and he was also first president. Second is Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah. He was his contribution was to a great extent in the good direction, as various institutes, medical sciences, engineering institute, agriculture science institute is named on his. They are named on his name, Sher Kashmir. And sir, I would say the third person is Sir Mufti Muhammad Saeed during his era, during 2008, 2002, 2014. He has very much contributed along with Ghulam Nabi Azad, sir. These both person, I would say, have contributed to the peace to a great extent, although other chief ministers also work, but on the other hand, who have created internal security challenges, I would say Yasin Malik, JKLF, who is currently lodged in jail, Sayyid Salahuddin, the terrorist, working from, like, not working, he is supporting terrorist, fueling terrorism from Pakistan. These two I can recall right now, sir. Sayyid Salahuddin and Yasin Malik.
You don't find any third one?
So third one, which has directly contributed, I'm not able to recall exactly.
Okay.
So it's a subjective thing. Many would blame
yes.
other.
I said no, no direct person can be said.
Hurriyat organization, I would say Hurriyat is largely responsible overall.
That thing I before, and I said no, you cannot directly point that this person is means connected with peace, or this person is, because the person who established peace also was having support of masses, support of people now. Anyway, so every person, for example, is in one way or other, if the person is aware person, the person is thinking for constructive ideas, is an asset, and the person who is thinking in destructive way is a liability. So I treat you as an asset. So as an asset, obviously you are not directly contributing at this time, but you are a student and ready to take challenges, and in coming days you will contribute to the betterment of society. But anyway, till date, in your limited capacity, how you help the society?
So as I mentioned in my DAF, detailed application form, that I work the migrants people and the other lower section of the society, especially the refugees and the nomadic people, as it is part our religious tradition and as a social service. I would say I contribute. Also, sir, I'm also sometimes help student from the backward community, as I'm also engaged with one NGO working as trust working, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Trust, and this trust is mainly responsible to providing education support to the ST community people, especially Gujar Bakarwal people, and it is providing coaching and monetary facilities to students preparing for various exams in Jammu and Kashmir, sir. I often provide guidance with my limited capacity and the experience I have gained in past few years. I am able to contribute this much, sir, till now.
Okay. So you said, and you belong to, for example, that tribal community. So what is the, in your, for example, Gujar, and last time also I said Gujar Bakarwal, we sometime take as unified theme. So in that combined, you take Gujar Bakarwal. So what is the literacy rate? Because you said combined UT of Jammu Kashmir 60 to 65% approx. But what is the percentage of literacy in Gujar Bakarwal?
So on the whole, or with respect to this population, Gujar Bakarwal population specifically?
Gujar Bakarwal population, I am just asking ki Gujar Bakarwal group.
So it is around 55%, 55 to 60% within between, I would say, because it has improved a lot in past few years. Government has taken very initiative, like Iklavya Model School, mobile schools are there, and Navodaya Vidyalaya School, there are reservation for them in education universities all across India. Now it has improved a lot, sir, and many are serving in various capacities in the state and outside.
Any scholarship, can you tell me, which is helpful to pursue, for example, any degree or something?
Yes, Prime Minister Scholarship Scheme, AICT recently, it provides a scholarship to engineering graduate students. And there's also with respect to preparing like bachelor degree, if I see, if there are other schemes too, like for competitive exam preparation, there's scheme Parvaz scheme is there, launched by Mission Youth in Jammu and Kashmir UT, and it is related to providing monetary support to students from the ST community.
Okay. So means as there is no fixed date ki when election will happen and all, as a citizen of that area, when you expect, or is there any thing you have heard or something when you expect election will be conducted in J&K?
So, although the dates are not announced yet by the Election Commission of India, but they are expected around September or after with the parliamentary elections, they can be conducted side by side.
Okay. So, for example, election was delayed. One reason given by government that delimitation should have happened in J&K, and delimitation have finished. So, I hope you know the delimitation commission's report or that finding cannot be challenged in courts. I hope you heard
Yes,
that.
sir.
Yeah. So,
Yes, sir.
why that is happening?
So, why delimitation commission report is not being challenged? It's a
Yes.
constitutional provision, and the report is being prepared by taking into account various stakeholders, and the committee which holds in case of Jammu and Kashmir the delimitation commission, it was headed by Ranjana Prakash Desai and the state election commissioner and chief election commissioner, and they have taken various aspects including all stakeholders, the local MPs, and they have conducted meetings in various districts before finalizing a report. That I would say it was largely a consensus based and a stakeholder approach being used there. So it is for the benefit of the people, and it is being done in a fair manner. So
Okay.
that's
A
why.
commander who is in operational area, either against internal enemy or external enemy. So in the mid of operation, who is the best friend of a commander?
Could you please repeat the question, sir?
Yeah, a person as a commander, you are in operational area, either inside enemy or outside enemy, anywhere. So in operation
What
area,
is inside? Can you please explain? I'm not able to get this term.
yeah, I'm saying now
Inside.
listening.
I'm listening.
Yes. Okay. So I'm saying ki as a commander, you are in an operational area. So as a
Yes, sir.
commander in operational area in front of enemy, who is your best friend?
Sir, my Javans who are who am I leading?
Definitely your Jawans are there to support you. Other than that,
In operational area, the local community senior citizens who act as eyes and ears.
no, I'm not asking about local people or they are with you. Your Jawans are with you. I'm asking some philosophical.
So, Kautilya Mandal's theory say enemies is your friend. And like in case of Pakistan is our enemy, if we maintain good relations with Afghanistan, which Pakistan considered it as its enemy, I would say it is its friend.
Okay. Anything at personal point of view, your traits point of view.
Sorry, sir, the tracks.
Your personal characteristics point of view.
So, mental strength and resilience.
Okay.